going to be sold. Let's see who the Lord said he could be sold to. Read.
And there you should be sold unto your enemies.
To your who?
To your enemies.
What is the white man?
Your enemies.
Read.
For bondmen.
For what?
For bondmen.
For slave man.
And bondwomen.
Slave woman. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
And no one's going to redeem you out of this situation, right? So you had a lot of men that tried. Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, right? Malcolm X, so-called President Obama, right? Things got worse. Things will continue to get worse. For the Most High God said you must turn back to him in these last days. There's nothing going to save you out here, right? There's no job that's going to save you. There's no man that's going to save you. And there, so the white man ain't going to save you out here.
That's right.
Right? Give me Daniel 7:25. Read this, King.
Psalm 17, verse 9. From the wicked that oppress me, from my daily enemy, who compass me about, that they are enclosed in their own fat.
They're enclosed in their own fat. So the wicked, what we just read in Job 9:26, the earth gives to the hands of the wicked. He said the wicked that suppress me are clothed in their own fat. The fatness of the earth, right? Which is the sword, which is their weapon, which is their bank, which is their military. What did the so-called white man need saving from, right? This is kingdom. He owns all the banks. He owns all the stores that you go and shop and spend all your money in. He celebrates every last one of these wicked holidays, right? What do the white man need saving from, right? And these other nations that's over here getting drunk off the wine, these doctrines and philosophies of America, guess what? When they tired of Esau, they always can go back to their home nation. They always can go back to their country, right? If the Chinese man get fed up in America, he always can go back to Japan. If the Chinese man get fed up in America, he always can go back to China. If the Canadian man get fed up here in America, he always can go back to Canada. Where's the black man gonna go? Where's the nation black? Where's the nation Hispanic? Where's the nation Native American? You won't find these things, right? Because these are bywords that they put on our people, right? Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Do what?
Speak great words against the Most High.
This is the so-called red devil the Bible speaks of, Esau, these Edomites, so-called red dragon, and so-called white man. Read.
And shall wear out the saints.
We are the saints. We are the saints that he's wearing out. Read.
Of the Most High. And think to change times and laws.
What he did tonight?
Change times and laws.
Why you got to be in your house at 10 o'clock tonight?
Change times and laws.
Why you take the time back an hour a month ago?
Change times and laws.
Read.
And they shall be given unto his hand until a time, and a times, and the dividing of time.
Time, and dividing of time. That's 250 years. This devil know his rulership almost up. He came into power in 1776, right? He was given time and a half.
That's right.
A time is 100 years. Another time is 200 years. A half a time is 50 years. So this devil only given 250 years of rulership according to the Lord. That's why he fast forward prophecy for you. He know he's out of here. The so-called red dragon, the white man the Bible speaks of, he know he's almost out of here.
That's right.
Read that from the top one more time, King.
We're coming from the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 25.
Read.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He don't like the Most High God, because they do everything contrary to God. In God we trust. Homosexuality. Telling you that the Sabbath day is now Sunday. These devils hate the Most High God. Read.
And shall wear out the saints.
We are the saints, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are the saints. Read.
Of the Most High.
Read.
And think to change times.
Think to change what?
Time.
Why you gotta be in your house at 10 o'clock tonight?
Change time.
Why you gotta wear a mask?
Change time.
What he do to the daylight savings?
Change time.
Read.
And law. And they shall be given into his hand until a time, and a times, and the dividing of time.
Time, and dividing of time. Give me Job 20. Read this, King.
Psalm 17 and 9. From the wicked that oppress me, from my daily enemy.
From the what?
Daily enemy.
Read.
Who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth, they speak proudly.
They speak proudly. Now, you know who that is. So-called, nothing but the so-called white man. We say so-called, sister, right? But you know the white man that color your car, right? You ever seen a man that color your car, sister? You ain't never seen no man that color your vehicle, right? They are red. They the red devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And his real Bible, so-called hates the so-called white man. That's why he knows his time is short here. That's why he's passing all these laws right now, sister. You'll be God chosen, sister. You'll be Israelite, sister, from the tribe of Judah or from the tribe of Gad, sister. Right? Job 24.
We're coming from the book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 4.
Read.
Knowest thou not this of old, since man is placed upon earth,
Read.
that the triumphing of the wicked is short?
Is what?
Is short.
Is what?
Is short.
250 years?
Is short.
Read.
And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
So, go ahead.
Verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach into the clouds.
Reaching to the cloud. Where you think they got these space stations? And all these, they shooting all these rockets up into this atmosphere. Right, this is a proud devil. This devil is proud. This devil looking around saying, yes, look at all these idiots wearing these masks outside. That's right, weaken your immune system. You don't think every time they see you with these masks on, and 80% of deaf people are destroyed.
That's right.
These low basement Edomites who don't know what's going on, they're gonna listen to Will Coopers of the world. They're gonna listen to everything Joe Biden and everything Trump tells them.
That's right.
They are base men. These are the so-called base men. These are the most violent, most decrepit, old, deterrent men out here, man. These so-called white men don't know nothing but the carnal knowledge that America teaches them, man. And they wrote all these damn school books, all this nonsense. The Lord said the wisdom in this world is foolish.
That's right.
Right? Read this, King.
Job 30, verse 8. They were children of food. They were children of food.
Children of who?
Children of food.
What is the white man?
Children of food.
Read.
Yea, children of base men.
Who?
Base men.
Who?
Base men.
These cave dwellers?
Base men.
These Neanderthals?
Base men.
Read.
They are vailer than the earth.
They are viler than the earth, man. We can't make this up. We coming straight out the Bible. Well, you may not hear any of this because your pastor would not read this. All your pastor churches operate on a 501(c), meaning they can only teach John 3:16 all day, saying that the world loves God loves everybody. They'll never tell you that you are God's chosen people. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
You are the 12 tribes of Israel, right, that the Bible speaks of. And the Lord is only coming back for the Israelites. He's not coming back for the red devil Esau. He's not coming back for these crooked eyes Japanese man. He ain't coming back for these pale-skinned Russians, right? He's coming back for Israel and Israel only.
That's right.
Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 1. Again, one preparing himself to sail and about to pass through the raving waves, calleth upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carrieth him.
More rotten than the vessel that carried. That's 14?
Yep.
13 and 14.
Oh, 14 and 14.
14 and 14.
Shalaki. We're coming from the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 14.
Read.
For by the vainglory of men,
By the what?
by the vainglory of men,
Read.
they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end.
Read.
Verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
So Pope Alexander VI, he was inflicted for untimely mourning. That means the image they give you of Jesus Christ, right? Which is not the image according to the Bible, but the image they give you of Jesus Christ, that is a real man. That is Pope Alexander VI's son. Read.
When he hath made an image of his child.
He did what?
Made an image of his child.
What the devil do?
Made an image of his child.
What's the image of Jesus Christ?
Made an image of his child.
Read.
Soon taken away.
Read.
Now honored him as a God.
Do what?
Honored him as a
What
God.
they do to that white Jesus?
Honored him as a God.
Read.
Which was then a dead man.
Which was what?
Which then was a dead
No,
man.
our Christ rose.
Which then was a dead man.
Read.
And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
Read.
Verse 16. Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was
What is
kept.
Thanksgiving?
An ungodly custom was grown.
What's Christmas?
An ungodly custom grown.
What's New Year's?
Ungodly custom grown
Read.
strong was kept as a law.
What kept as a what?
Was kept as a law.
Read.
And graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
What's that cross?
Was Shalaki, were under him, Shalaki, were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
So all this Christmas, Thanksgiving, this cross, this New Year's, all this because there was a Pope, Pope Alexander VI, right? His son died, same age as Christ, supposed to be 33, and they painted the likeness of him, all the likeness of Jesus Christ that you see today. That's probably in your grandma's house. That's in all these wicked churches, right? The image of Jesus Christ is a real man. His name is Cesare Borgia, right? He's actually wanted by the Lord, right, for stealing our image. Now, who's the only nation of people who would paint the likeness of the image of the Christ? They give out the Bible. Give me Revelations 1 and 13. We're going to show you how Christ look in the Bible, right? But these damn devils, they came and painted the likeness of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
And y'all soaking it up like bread and soup, right? Thinking that y'all God is white. That's why they got this white Jesus and this white Easter Bunny and this white Santa Claus. That is white supremacy at its finest. They want you to work all year when you was in the world. They want you to work all year trying to provide for your children, and then you tell them a damn white man came down the chimney. How sick and pathetic is that? You telling your children that a white man came down the chimney and left all these presents for the boys and girls. That's nothing but white supremacy. We're going to see how the Lord looks according to the Bible. Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Right? Revelation means to reveal. Right? John the Revelator, our forebrother, right? Our forefather, John the Revelator, he saw Christ. Right? He actually saw Christ. Just like if y'all looking now, y'all would say on what's the date, 11th?
Yep.
December 11th, 2020, I was at Food Line. I was going through the drive-through of the Wells Point. We saw three crazy men talking about the Bible. It doesn't matter if 100 years pass. It doesn't matter if 500 years pass. It doesn't matter if 1,000 years pass. It doesn't matter if 2,000 years pass. This account happened.
That's right.
So John the Revelator is coming out the Bible. He's going to give a description of how he saw Christ. Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants
Read.
things which must shortly come to pass.
That's coming to pass real shortly. Read. Go to 13. So here goes John about to describe Christ that's in the Bible. And we're going to see does it matches up with that Christ you got in your house. They got in these churches. They pushing out all in the public. Read.
And in the midst of the seven
The
candlesticks,
7 churches of Asia Minor. Read.
one like unto the Son of Man,
The Son of Man who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Read.
clothed with a garment down to the foot.
No, he had on a Roman toga with his shoulder out.
Garment down to the foot,
Read.
and girt about the paps with a golden
He
girdle.
on a golden girdle on. Read.
Verse 14, his head and his hairs were white like wool.
No, stringly dog hair.
Were white like wool,
Read.
as white as snow.
As white as snow. So who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ, he got white woolly hair. And it looked like white as snow. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
No, he got blue eyes.
As a flame of
No,
fire.
he got green eyes.
As a flame of fire.
No, Jesus Christ got contacts in his eyes.
As a flame of fire.
Read.
Verse 15, and his feet.
Uh-oh. Now we're giving the description of Christ's feet. Now if you take off those shoes like we went over earlier, the top of your feet should match the rest of your skin color. The top of your feet should be the same color as your arms, the same color as your legs, and the same color as your face. Let's see how dark Christ was. Read.
Like unto fine brass.
Fine brass. That's a derivative of brown. Fine brass, right? It's a derivative of brown. Let's see how brown he was. Read.
As if they burn in a furnace.
He did what?
As if they burn in a
How
furnace.
dark is Christ?
As if they burn in a
How
furnace.
dark is Jesus?
As if they burn in a furnace.
Read.
And his voice as the sound of many
No,
waters.
he talked like Joel Osteen.
And his voice the sound of many waters.
No, he had that low whispering voice.
The sound of many waters.
Read.
Verse 16. And he had in his right hand 7 stars. And out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword. And his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength.
Hey, y'all don't want to see Jesus Christ when he comes. A
That's
lot of these
right.
white Christians talking about we can't wait till the Son of Man comes.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's the spirit right there.
All
That's
praise.
the spirit on praise right there. We just seen one of the stars falling, right? You don't get that all the time. You ain't gonna get that image all the time. But we just read that Christ is so dark, it looked like he burned in a furnace.
That's right.
Now you gotta go to your pastor and ask your pastor to read that verse. And that's why they got that blue-eyed white devil that's in the background, right? They got that blue-eyed white devil because that's the image that they want you to worship. But you ain't getting no praise. He ain't in none of these churches. Give me Acts 7:48. Right? Which Holy King? Amos. 1:11. Read. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom. Now Edom would be the so-called white man. We know that they came out red all over. Esau is the progenitors of all the Edomites. So the Lord that made no white man, they're called Edomites. If you want to look at the Bible, and if you see Edomites, they're talking to the white man, the nation of Edom. Read. And for I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he pursued his brother with the sword. He did what? Pursued his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually. So the Most High God, he said he's gonna pursue the white man until he's eradicated off this planet, because he did pursue his brother Jacob with the sword. Right? We just read in Genesis 25 and 25 that the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. They're talking about Jacob and Esau. We serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
The so-called white man, his biblical nationality is Esau, Edom. There's no such thing as a white man. You find me a man that color this poster right here, and I'll give you everything in my bank account. You're not gonna find a white man. You're not gonna find a man that color this poster right here, man. What's your nationality, King?
My nationality?
Yeah.
Nigerian. I'm Nigerian king.
You're Nigerian? Now can you find Nigerian in the Bible?
No.
Right. So what did the Lord call you? Your forefather probably Ham, but through the Spirit you might be an Israelite.
Yeah, Israelite.
You know Abraham, Japheth, Shem, and Ham.
Yeah.
It was only 8 people after the flood.
Yeah.
So did you know before Africa was conquered, it was called Ham?
Yeah.
Before the white devil came and conquered it, and they named it out their last name.
Yeah.
Right? They named it Africus. Now we know it as Africa.
Yeah. The
Right?
spirit, the evil spirit, that we call the devil, Satan.
Right.
Before he utilized a certain group of people to put in their heart to do wrong, I do know that it was called Ham.
Right. It was the land of Ham. So everybody from so-called Africa would be Hamites. Right? We are Shemitic people. We are the true children of the Bible. We'll be Israelites.
That's right.
If you derive from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Through the Spirit, brother, we sojourned in Africa for 1,500 years, though.
Yeah.
So you'll never know. There's a lot of Israelites in Africa right now.
I'm already here.
Right. So you might be an Israelite through the Spirit, brother. You can grow a beard on your face.
Huh?
You can grow facial hair.
I try to.
Right.
But
Spotty.
because I gotta go work for these white people.
Right. Come on. We still in the land of our captivity, brother.
Yeah,
Right, we still captives over here.
Right and wrong is a thin line, and these people they don't understand that.
That's right.
That's all.
That's right.
The battle is what between the
Spirit and the flesh, not principalities.
Right.
That's right, brother. That's right.
God
So we
bless.
battling through the Spirit. All praises, brother. All
Hey,
praises.
bro.
All praises.
We're coming from the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
What did the Lord say?
Verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
So that's why these church houses are closed down, right? That's why your black church closed, so-called black church closed, because these devils, the white man, They operate on a 5013C.
That's right.
And they know so-called Jesus Christ in the Spirit is not in none of these churches. They know this. Read that again, King.
We're coming from the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 48.
Read.
Howbeit, the Most High dwelleth not in temples.
So the Most High is not in these wicked church houses, man. That's why they got these church houses closed down, right? What you think if there's a virus on this planet and everybody's dying, the number one place you should be at is a church house.
That's right.
But they got all these church houses closed down because the Lord is not dealing with these church houses, man.
That's right.
The Lord is not in these wicked churches, man. Right? Give me that, King.
Romans chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Jacob, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, read.
But Esau I have
Hated.
But who? Esau I have hated.
No, the white man don't hate.
Esau I have hated.
No, the Lord don't hate.
Esau I have hated.
So if you know who Esau is, you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, you got to find out who Esau is in these last days, man. Esau is the so-called biblical nationality, the so-called white man. What's your nationality, King? What would the world call you? So-called black? Now, we are dark men, we many shades of brown, but you're not the color of your sweater, right? Look at your hand, look at your sweatshirt, right? We're gonna see what the Lord called you, brother, right? Give me, drop that, give me Hebrews 7 and 14. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. We're gonna show you what the Lord called you, brother, right? It says, give me 29 and 1 first. Okay. Give me 29 and 1, then go to 28 and 15. Right? Because the Most High made 18 nations, man. Right? Who's your forefather? So-called black man? Right? Give me your 29 and 1 first. Read 29 and 1. And then go to 28 and 15. Yeah, you're from the tribe of Judah, brother. You're from the tribe of Judah, brother. All praise. How you find that out, brother? That's right, brother. That's right. The word is going out. All four corners of the world. So they're not going to be able to say in that day they didn't know or they didn't come across a prophet. Because the Proverbs 1 and 20 said, wisdom cries out in the street. We out here crying, brother, trying to wake our brother up. Just read the first.
We're coming from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
With the who?
With the children of Israel.
No, the black man.
With the children of Israel.
The Native American man.
With the children of Israel.
Hispanic man.
With the children of Israel.
This is a covenant that the Lord made with the children of Israel. So you already know you're an Israelite, brother. Go back to 28:15. Read this, King.
Hebrews 7 and 14.
Read.
For it is evident.
Evidence. What evidence mean, brother? Something strong you can prove, right? Read.
That our Lord sprang out of Judah.
No, the Christian church.
Sprang out of Judah.
The Catholic church.
Sprang out of Judah. Of which tribe Moses spoke nothing concerning priesthood.
Because the Levitical priests, the Haitians, those are our priests, brother. Like the Lord comes from the tribe of Judah. If the Lord walked in the food line right now, half the damn world wouldn't know who he is, brother. Because he'll be a black man. They're looking for this bright, doggy string hair, blue eye, with a Roman toga on his shoulder out, speaking like Joel Holstein out here, man. Yeah, Cesare Borgia, all praises, all praises, brother, all praises. Read that, kid.
We're coming from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Read.
to observe to do all his
No,
commandments,
some of them.
all his
No,
commandments,
just attend the church teachers.
all his commandments,
Read.
and his statutes, which I command thee to do this day,
Read.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So you know we on the curses then, right, brother? Right? That's why our people at the bottom, last hired, first fired. We can't get no jobs. We don't own nothing, right? Go to 68. Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Deuteronomy.
Now, if you didn't know, I want y'all to listen up. If you didn't know, it's prophesied how the God's people got to this side of the earth, right? We didn't swim. We didn't come in no damn spaceship, right? We're going to read out the Bible how God people got over to this side of the world. Read.
And we're coming from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, Egypt just means bondage or slavery. So the Lord said he's going to send you back into bondage or slavery That's why you got a $2 bill. Pull your $2 bill out right now. Anybody got a $1 bill in your pocket? If you got a $1 bill in your pocket right now, pull your $1 bill out, turn it on the back, and ask yourself, why do America got a pyramid on the back of the $1 bill?
That's right.
That's why you gotta ask yourself. Because the Lord said, if you don't listen, he's gonna send you back into Egypt. Egypt just means slavery or bondage, according to Exodus 20:2. Read that from the top, King.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How our forefathers get over here?
With ships.
How they born into slavery?
With ships.
Read.
By the way thereof I spake unto thee.
It's gonna happen just like he said it's gonna happen. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Read.
And there ye shall be sold into your enemies.
You should be what?
Sold into your enemies.
What's the red man?
Sold into your enemies.
Read.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man should buy it. So you already know that, brother. You already know we were sold to the so-called devils the Bible speaks of, man. Right? You got any questions, brother?
Nah, man, I just seen brothers out here. I just wanted to come,
All praises, brother. All praises, brother. Get that out. Read this.
Psalms 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, and his stature and his judgment unto Israel.
No, the white man.
Unto Israel.
The Catholic Church.
Unto Israel.
The Baptist Church.
Unto Israel.
Presbyterian.
Unto Israel.
Seventh-day Adventist.
Unto Israel.
Jehovah's Witness.
Unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any other nation. And as for his judgment, they have not known them.
They had not known them. The Lord ain't dealing with no other nation but the nation of Israel, man.
That's right.
That's what we got to get our people to wake up and see. He ain't dealing with the so-called white man, the Chinese man, the Asian man. Who they need saving from? Right? Anybody answer that question? What the white man needs saving from?
That's right.
He owned the job that you go to every day, slavery. He owned the stores that you shop in every day, spending all your money. He owned all the tax systems. He owned all the schools and colleges.
That's right.
He owned the cars that you're driving in. You may think you own that house you paid for. You just finished paying $200,000 for your house, but the white man came up with something in the 1920s called the land tax, right? Don't pay them property tax on that house that you just paid off, paid your last mortgage on. Guess what? The white man coming to take that house,
That's right.
right? Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Well, what?
Were oppressed together.
What we do in America?
Were oppressed together.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Asian Americans?
Were oppressed together.
Read.
And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
And I refuse to let you go. Gotta get my temptation on right there. That's what the white man said. The white man said he refused to let you go. You try to leave this country, you so-called Hispanics. You try to leave this country, so-called blacks. You try to leave this country, so-called Native Americans.
That's
And
right.
guess what? You gotta have something called a passport, right? And if you try to get into another country without America giving you permission, they're gonna drag your butt right back here.
That's right.
Because they refuse to let you go. The white man, he wants you to work till you're done, right? He want to get every last resource out of you.
That's right.
And then you gotta pay you gotta file a death certificate. You ain't done when you dead, right? This devil is so greedy. When you dead and gone, you gotta get a death certificate. And it costs, guess what? It costs a couple dollars. And you gotta pay some money to be buried, to have a funeral. So by the time we enter this wicked, wicked place they call Babylon the Great, you in debt. Go ahead, King.
I would just want to know about the Sabbath. Is it Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, or because some camps like they I don't know. I'm kind of confused about it.
Well, a lot of brothers keep the lunar Sabbath, man, where they count every 8 days. But we keep the Sabbath day. Because the Lord said on the Sabbath day he rests, the seventh day he rests. So we keep the 7-day Sabbath, which is Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown. Just like right now, this should be the Feast of Dedication we have. When the Maccabees rebuilt the temple, right, and honored the temple, right? So right now, we're in the Feast of Dedications, right? So most started 9th sundown or 10th sundown, and it goes 8 days, right? So right now, we're in a Sabbath day, but it's doing a feast day, right? So during tabernacle. So we normally keep Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown. The only thing about tonight's Sabbath, right now we're on the Sabbath day, is that you can't send sweet savories up. You can cook. You can't do no servile work. You can cook tonight.
Okay.
You go and get, but if you ain't bought it, you're supposed to bought it before the sun went down,
Right,
brother.
right,
All
yeah,
praise.
yeah.
But you can't cook tonight. That's the only difference between this Sabbath, because now we're in the Feast of Dedications.
Okay.
We're gonna explain that how he make the days. Read.
We're coming from Genesis, the first chapter, and the fourth verse. And God saw the light, and that it was good. And God divided the light from the
He
darkness.
divided the light from the darkness, that's the moon and the sun. Read.
Verse 5. And God called the light day,
He called the light days common sense. Read.
and the darkness he called night.
And the darkness he called night. Read.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Did you hear that, brother? Read it again.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
And the evening and the morning were the first day. Not midnight to midnight. That's Esau. That's the devil. Changing times and laws. First Maccabees 3 and 48. Isaiah 7 and 40, 25. Right? He the one changed the times and laws, man. This damn devil did. How much sense does it make the next day in the middle of the night? Don't make no sense, brother. The Lord said he called the night day, he called the light day, and the night he called dark. So when there's no more light outside, that's the end of the
Day.
common sense, brother. The Lord is not the author of confusion, man.
Friday night.
Right? How you gonna get a Friday night? Right? It's Friday night. How you get a Friday night? It's what the devil's about confusion, man. The devil means to deceive. So when we call the white man the devil the Bible speaks of, he's just a deceiver.
That's
He
right.
deceived all nations. Now they got, hey, what they got in your country? Rio de Janeiro. They got this big statue of this white Jesus,
Right, yeah.
right? When Jesus is a so-called black man according to the Bible. We just read it, right? So that's the white man. What did he tell all y'all to do at 10 o'clock tonight?
Curfew.
What did the white man just make up? He want all y'all grown people to be in your house at 10 o'clock tonight. Now who you think did that? So-called black man? The so-called Native American? The so-called Hispanics? No. The white man did that. He told y'all better be in your house at 10 o'clock tonight.
That's right.
That's the devil the Bible speaks of.